Alf, top of the morning to you. I was contemplating showering before making the video. I've got a bird's nest, kind of the Ace Ventura hair going, but there's no time. We just have to roll on. There's a lot of news coming out of the Topps Industry Conference this week, and while, yes, there are a lot of doofuses in our hobby that are attending this conference, some of them sharing some important nuggets, and Topps has got some action. There's some things that are going on, and we're going to talk about it today. Before I dive in, take advantage, $25 off your first submission over at PSA. We have people using this code every single week, SCD25 at the shipping and billing screen, and you only need one card minimum to try this out. You might have already submitted with PSA, but you might have friends that haven't yet. Use the code, save $25 off. Whether it's big cases or little cases, Card Capsule has you covered, and I've got money off for you, as you probably guessed. Promo code in the video description, as well as the pinned comments. Waterproof cases, top loaders, semi-rigids, all the supplies that you need, it's over at Card Capsule. JustCollect.com. You've got a collection to sell, or half the collection, or some of it, but you have no idea who to contact. JustCollect.com is a very easy appraisal form on the website, whether it's vintage or modern. Leighton Sheldon over there can take care of you, and he also has a great YouTube channel, the Just Collect YouTube channel, where he's interviewing hobbyists, and he's got all sorts of industry folks on there to talk about different things in cards. You can learn a lot on the Just Collect YouTube channel. All right, we're going to talk about some new releases that they announced, but first, I've got to throw this out there, and we actually have a clip from Topps to help explain this for us. Times are changing in the world of redemptions and trading cards. Listen to this. So, red logo rookie cards, and this is rolling out for 2025 Bowman baseball. And we'll see how they do this. This is only going to be a Bowman baseball thing. Are they going to have something like this in basketball and football eventually? But what this is essentially, actually, let's roll the clip from Topps and we will talk about it afterwards.
2025 Bowman Baseball is packing an exciting new way to collect Bowman. Introducing the Bowman Red Rookie Redemption. Here's how it works. The key is to look out for these new Red RC logos. They'll be stamped on a limited number of rookie refractors and then randomly inserted into all Bowman products. Once the Rookie of the Year winners are announced, collectors holding that player's Red RC will have a limited time to redeem their card for $100 in Fanatics Fan Cash. Should they choose to, each collector can decide to trade in their Red RC or hold it. Because once your Red RC wins Rookie of the Year, you unlock additional reward possibilities as that player's career develops. If that Rookie of the Year goes on to win either an MVP or Cy Young Award, the card can be redeemed for $300 in Fanatics Fan Cash. 2 MVPs or Cy Youngs, and it goes to $500. 3 MVPs or Cy Youngs, and we're talking $700 in Fan Cash. And if your Red RC goes on to the Hall of Fame, $1,000 in Fan Cash. That's Fan Cash that can be used for more Topps trading cards, singles, auctions, live breaks. You can even use it for your favorite team gear. Are you sitting on the next MVP or Hall of Famer? You decide.
So for these redemptions, not only are you redeeming if you want, but as the career progresses, if they do well, then you get more from that redemption. Now, that is wild to me. I mean, again, going back to when I was a kid, 1988, 89, 90, 91, 92, collecting cards, this was not even on the radar. Again, I think this is partly what happened here is you have a lot of people that were kids like me that grew up and they're like, what can we do in the trading card world that would be really cool and interesting? And that's a lot of what we're seeing, whether that be Panini or Topps or Wildcard or Leaf or Upper Deck or a lot of these companies. Everybody's grown up and now they're like, what can we do to make this cooler? And they've done a lot of really good things. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this rookie card redemption stuff. I know the redemption programs, as far as the money back programs, have been popular, and this is an expansion of that, a serious expansion of it. All right, let's touch on some of the releases. Now, these are conceptual. I like this. These leaked out from the conference that everybody's at this week, but there's a little disclaimer there I noticed. It's conceptual. These are not final products, but probably are. And so for NFL, that license ends, I believe it's March 31st, 2026. So I guess March 31st, April 1st is when the Topps folks will have access. And I don't know if products can hit on April 1st, if they'll have products ready. We'll have to see, I guess, as kind of the release dates come for this stuff. This is for the NFL product. Topps Chrome, Topps Finest, Cosmic Chrome, ooh, spooky, Chrome Black, and Resurgence. Now, NBA stuff comes sooner. October 1st, 2025 is just right. I mean, that's literally 4 months away, 4 or 5 months away. Now, this is kind of interesting. I don't see Topps Chrome NBA. It's Topps Finest, Cosmic Chrome, Topps 3, which is interesting, Resurgence, I love the dramatic. Who came up with the dramatic product names? Resurgence, Eternity. Topps Eternity is going to come out. Are you buying into Eternity? It sounds like a cologne. And then Diamond Icons for NBA. So there's going to be a whole bevy of stuff that's coming out that'll be licensed NBA, and that all starts October 1st of this year. It's wild. I remember when this all went down with the licensing, and what was it, 2021 or 2022? I think it was 2021, end of 2021. Maybe it was early 2022. It felt like an eternity. You know, it was like, oh, well, Topps is going to get these licenses, but it's 2025, 2026. And it was like, okay, well, that's like forever away. Well, forever away is now here. On the non-sports side, I have interest in this, and there's some pretty cool things. Topps Chrome Marvel, Topps Chrome Deadpool, Dune Chrome. There's even SpongeBob Chrome, Topps Chrome SpongeBob that's going to come out. Okay. And then Topps Chrome Stranger Things cards. That's the stuff. That's what we're looking for. The one thing I'm really interested in seeing how they're going to do this is a lot, and I'm going to talk specifically about Stranger Things, but I could also probably throw in Marvel and some of the other actor autos. Are they going to be stickers, or is there going to be some on-card auto options? Will there also be inscriptions and some of the stuff that you're seeing Topps do with a lot of the athletes? A perfect example of this is they promoted a John Cena 1 of 1 where it's inscribed, and we've seen this with Wemby and some of the other athletes. John Cena's got some really cool 1 of 1 inscribed cards, and Topps has got pictures of him holding the cards. What I like about this, again, is typically if we go back in time to trading card autograph stuff, you don't have the social media aspect of the athlete holding it up and then it's all over IG and it's all over YouTube or wherever, Twitter. This is actually, you saw, like if you get this card, this 1 of 1, there's a picture of John Cena holding the thing. So it's like, it's adding provenance to these items down the road. Now, do they overdo them? Are there a million 1 of 1s? You know, that sort of a thing for John Cena? Maybe they will. I don't see it though. I think that they are going to be kind of careful as to how many of the actual 1 of 1 stuff comes out. Not to say that they're not going to have one every year, but I don't think there's going to be 100 different 1 of 1s with different inscriptions and that sort of a thing. It's going to be interesting to see how they do this because it could become overkill for sure. It's hard not to like some of this stuff. Another card that they showed on the IG account is a baseball that's signed by Bryce Harper, but the layout of the card is really sweet. It's a 1 of 1 card. Very unique kind of styling to it. And there's also going to be Willie Mays patches in 1 of 1 cards that are coming up. Game used Willie Mays patches. So Topps Fanatics, there are some very unique 1 of 1s that are coming out from Topps. Now you could say, oh man, there's just so many 1 of 1s. There's so many different ones, but is that going to be less cool for people? I mean, look, so what if they've got, 20 or 30 Willie Mays game used patch 1 of 1s? If you get one of them, you're probably feeling pretty good. And it just adds, I think, to the mystique. And it's adding value to the products. And look, the products, to me, are not going to get any less expensive when we're looking at new Topps product or Panini product or whatever it is. So if they're not going to get any less expensive, I would rather there at least be some added value there, or at least you feel like, my God, there's some good hits coming out of here. There's actually some really cool cards. What I see here is Topps making efforts as far as the mem cards, the auto stuff, that, okay, it might be expensive. It might be getting more expensive. But it's not just an MLB debut patch kind of a thing. There's all sorts of different things that they're working on here to try to add in, sprinkle in more of the really cool hits. And finally, to round out the Topps talk, there was a store that opened up in London. Lewis Hamilton, now driving for Ferrari, the longtime F1 driver for Mercedes, defected over to Ferrari for this season, and he was there in London to open the store. It looks wicked. I mean, it looks absolutely amazing in London. And there's a lot of collectors in the UK, a lot of them. There's a lot of cards. When you go on eBay, you can see there's people that are selling cards out of the UK, more so than any other countries over in Europe. There is a PSA submission center that is going to be inside this store. No, they're not going to be grading cards there. They're going to be shipped to the US. That's going to be interesting. I think eventually the evolution of that, I think it's probably common sense, is they're going to have graders over in the UK, have graders over in Europe. They'll probably have graders eventually on every continent. That's just my guess. It just makes it so much more easy if they do have some graders over there that can handle that product without having to ship those cards overseas. But look out, I think when we look at the gem rate reports and we're looking at, wow, PSA graded 1.5 million cards, they haven't really even touched on a lot of the global customer base that is out there. I think that is going to be something that ramps up in the years to come. That's going to be a focus. It's clear. It seems very clear. And with Fanatics opening up this store, it just shows, okay, there's some investment that is going in overseas. And you have these big stars. Lewis Hamilton showing up at that opening is a really big deal. Of course, Topps also has the Topps Chrome F1 stuff. You know, it's Topps' world, and we're all just living in it. Friends, let me know your thoughts. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.